Welcome to Primetime with Ngullie, ladies and gentlemen. The monsoon rains are here, and somehow social media in Nagaland is a lot quieter now that the temperatures have also decreased a little bit. So I am very sure because of that we have already forgotten about planting trees. But the sloganeering about planting more trees will restart once the weather gets warmer. That's how Nagaland seems to work all the time. When there is a very special event, I think we like to, and it's a very good thing to plant trees, but I think we do it for the publicity value that it brings to us. So let's see if the weather gets warmer. We might probably be remembering a lot about how we used to pledge to planting trees. So someone saying, I think it was passenger, you miss the sun only when it starts to snow. You miss her only after you have let her go. So once the summer really heats up, I think all of us will remember that we need to plant more trees. Now the Manipur crisis and the violence that is being reported continues, and it continues to take a lot of media space, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, today the story has reached none other than the New York Times itself, and we all know how stringent international media standards are when it comes to reporting. It means life in Manipur right now is in dire straits. Elsewhere in Nagaland, there is outrage in the land of the warriors, Zinebodo, where a 4-year-old child was reportedly raped by a person who has yet to be identified at this time. More details on this later, so stay tuned. Let's check out some of the main news events that took media space during the previous week. On Friday, June 2nd, the disastrous triple train crash in Balasore of Odisha left more than 200 persons dead and more than 900 people injured. The tragic accident happened after the Coromandel Shalimar Express that was headed for Chennai reportedly derailed and hit a goods train. Another train, the Howrah Superfast, then crashed into the derailed coaches of the other two trains. Railway Minister Ashwani Vaishnaw, who reviewed the restoration work and the rescue work at the Balasore triple train collision site on Sunday, said that the accident that claimed the lives of about 288 passengers happened due to what he said was a change in the electronic interlocking. We are not really sure what it means, but I think it is related to some of the safety mechanisms that lets other trains pass through or stop them in case there are other trains along the track that they are traveling. So Vaishnaw said that the Commissioner of Railway Safety is investigating the matter, and they have identified the cause of the accident so far and also identified the people responsible for it. Interestingly, just a few days ago, there was a reported interdepartmental disagreement over the cause of the accident, ladies and gentlemen. A senior railway engineer who was among the signatories to the joint inspection report on the accident reportedly gave a note of dissent. It was like this: while the inspection report blamed signal failure for the crash, the officer referred to a data locker report to claim that the signal was green for the Coromandel Express to take the main line and not the loop. So you guys, in case you do not know, a data locker is a microprocessor based system that monitors the railway signaling system. So this software scans, stores and processes data and can be used to generate reports. In the meantime, let's wait for the full report from the government, ladies and gentlemen. There was noticeable despair among the dog-loving community in Nagaland when the High Court issued this order, ladies and gentlemen. The Kohima bench of the Guwahati High Court has quashed the Nagaland government's order which banned the commercial import, trade and sale of dog meat in the markets and restaurants in Nagaland. The High Court gave the order on June 2nd. I think there are a lot of mixed feelings about this, ladies and gentlemen. Dog lovers who feel the court has let them down. That is one section of the community. Dog meat businesses who feel the court upheld their cause. That is the second section. And of course, there are also the animal lovers who feel that in a world where everything is practically eatable, dog meat is a representation of human greed. And there are also neutral citizens who feel that the authorities and the courts should also address the issue of cruelty to animals and the inhuman ways animals are treated in the name of food and business. And there is also one section of our community that believes that dog meat supporters manipulated the narrative by claiming that dog meat is part of Naga culture. This is of course refuted even by local meat consumers who feel that a claim that dog meat is part of Naga culture was nothing more than an emotional blackmail. Personally, I feel this argument was not only a falsehood but a reflection of our own cultural inaptitude. If dog meat is part of Naga culture, then pigs should be the state animal of Nagaland and should be on our logos, including the government departments. I think the idea of culture continues to be battled here and there according to our whims, whichever fits our narrative. There is still another section of the community that believes that the government of Nagaland took an extremely hasty decision when it banned dog meat in the first place. I think that is fair. It should have studied the matter carefully before it took the decision to ban dog meat. And there are a lot of people who say that the government of Nagaland did it just to please their political masters in Delhi. I think this is something that has been going around for some time. The argument of this section of the community who are criticizing the government for the decision is that it's not just about meat or eating meat. It is also about the uncomfortable ways most Naga people treat animals, food or no food. Again, there is the question of protection of family, beloved pet dogs from people who think dog meat is medicine. There is much debate about this, and each side has valid points, as many as there are entirely unreasonable contentions being made. One thing that I am very sure about, ladies and gentlemen, as someone who has a dog, and my dog is a pug, a very cute pug. His name is Bread Cloud Ngullie, who eats at our table, sleeps on our beds, and shares in our life as a beloved family member. I'll say this: the moment where you begin to truly love a dog, you will also begin to understand why dog lovers believe what they believe in. It is perhaps not the same as loving a fish or a chameleon, but this time it is different. Let's check out the next news bit. The Manipur crisis continues, and a resolution towards it will take some time, ladies and gentlemen. Among the several fallouts of the crisis was the demand from a certain section of Manipur's community for a separate administration soon after the violence started. This was one of the biggest newsmakers during the past 1 week. In this regard, 10 Naga MLAs from Manipur have made it very clear to the government of India that the Naga areas in Manipur should not be affected in any way should there be a movement forward to create a separate administrative area as demanded by a certain community of Manipur. The Manipur Naga MLAs were in Dimapur earlier, and they addressed the media at Niathu Resort earlier. The 10 Naga MLAs met Union Home Minister Amit Shah on June 7th at the Home Minister's invitation. The legislators told Shah that in the event of any arrangement towards creating a separate administrative unit within Manipur. The areas inhabited by the Naga people should not be touched under any circumstances. That was the statement given by the 10 Naga MLAs from Manipur. Arrangements should come only according to the Naga peace process and a final solution to that political issue, the media was told. We'll have to see what kind of a resolution there will be for the Manipur issue and whether or not it will affect the Naga demographics there, ladies and gentlemen. Another end to a glorious era in football history, ladies and gentlemen. You know this person, AC Milan's Swedish striker Zlatan Ibrahimovic on Sunday announced his retirement from professional football. This was one of the biggest newsmakers the previous week. The 41-year-old football legend's contract with Milan will expire at the end of June. And by the reports that we have now, it will not be renewed. This follows a season for the player's series of injuries during the season. He scored 93 goals in 163 appearances over 2 tenures at Milan. He returned in January 2020 and helped Milan win the Serie A title the previous year. The striker started his professional career at Malmo in 1999 and left for Ajax Amsterdam in 2001 before embarking on a career that has included leading European teams including Manchester United, Paris Saint-Germain, Inter Milan and Milan. He has struggled with injuries and only made about 4 appearances this season for Milan after undergoing a knee operation during the previous year. Very bad news from Zinepodo, ladies and gentlemen. Even as we are talking right now, I'm on air right now, a 4-year-old girl was reportedly raped on Friday evening in Zinepodo, and the updates are still coming in. Updates that we received here today said the person that has been accused of the crime is yet to be arrested. Now, even as I am talking to you, we are receiving reports from our sources that angry villagers were attacking the police station in Zinepodo. You can see the visuals there. The reason for the attack, according to our source, was that the authorities were allegedly hiding the accused person. So we'll be bringing you more updates as the story develops. In the meantime, the Keheke Village Students Union, Baptist Church and other organizations from the affected community have denounced the act and expressed anger at the alleged crime. The organizations have urged the investigation authorities to probe the matter and punish the culprit as per law. Those were the top news makers from the previous week. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be bringing you more updates, especially in regard to the Zinepodo incident now. And as the details comes, we'll be updating you. Please let us know what your views are on the issues that we have just gone through if you are on social media. I'm Ngullie. I'll see you next time.